Good afternoon, everyone. So today we are taking a class of phrases, literary terms, and as we know that literary terms are very important in English literature, as well in English language also. So from this PPT and from this class, we will learn different terms we and what terms we are using and why we are using literary terms here and different examples are here. So without wasting time, we are just going to start this class. So we are taking different examples and different terms in literature. So allusion and denouement and antagony and allegory, irony, oxymoron, hyperbole, and lot of literary terms are here. So first of all, in poetic device, this is poetic device actually. So in poetic device, we will learn assonance, onomatopoeia, and alliteration. So before starting alliteration, assonance, and onomatopoeia, we have to learn devices because these all are devices, and these are devices we are just learning different examples. We are just learning comparison and hyperbole and different sounds and vowel sound and repetition vowel and consonant sound, vowel sound, and the different sound. So what we are understanding and what we are learning from these devices. We are just learning different forms of English literature. So, did you know poetry devices? Poetry devices means this is a tool. Poetry devices are tools for creating rhythm and enhancing mood and meaning of a poem. So first of all, we are just getting and understanding the tools for creating rhythm and enhancing mood and meaning of a poem, because we know that in English literature devices, devices, poem and sonnet, we must have that knowledge. We must have knowledge on your devices. We must have knowledge on that poetry devices and literary terms and their different meanings and different examples. So we can say that we are just we will focus on the devices, poetry devices, and we can say and we can also think about some tools for these tools for creating rhythm and enhancing mood and meaning of a poem. So let's start with some examples. So these are some examples. We are Did you know what is alliteration? So we are just repeating something so we can understand their alliteration. What is alliteration? So first of all, we will learn about the alliteration, definition of alliteration, and different examples of alliteration. So alliteration, series of words in a row or close together have the same first consonant sound. So if we talk about the same first consonant sound, means we will use alliteration. So in alliteration, series of words in a row or close together have the same first consonant sound. If we are talking about consonant sound and having the same first consonant, so what we will use here, we will use alliteration in English literature. So this is very important. So did you know common examples of alliteration are found in tongue twister? This is tongue twister. She shall see, she shall by the seashore. So what we are learning, we are just repetitions, tongue twister. This is called this is we can simply say tongue twister. So in tongue twisters, yes, yes, is common examples of alliteration are found in tongue twister. So she sells, she is by the seashore. So she. So we can just understand, and we can also say this. These are, some alterations are found in tongue twist. So examples, she says she shuts down by the seashore. This is example of, Larry's lizard, like leaping leopard. So we can say L is a sound. L is a, alteration sound. L, and leaping leopards. Larry. So now, Mike's microphone, he made much music. So we can simply understand and also say M in, mic, and M is again using microphone, and he made much and music. Then after, she walk in beauty. She walks in beauty. Well, so most of the time, writers use alteration in literary pieces here in exact form. So this is very important. Most of the writer, they have used, alterations and assonance sound in English literature. So this is, very important, literary term. She walks in beauty like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies. So now let's talk about the assonance. So did you know assonance, refers to the repetition? Assonance means repetition of a vowel sound in a line of text or poetry. So examples, we can say try to light the fire, tumbling thunder of C's Robert Louis Stevenson. Hear the mellow wedding bells. I lie down by the side for my bride. And in onomatopoeia, defined as a word which imitates the natural sounds of a thing. If we are learning, and if we are just listening sound of imitations, natural sounds of a thing, then we can say we are using onomatopoeia. Boom, bang, bang. The books fell on the table with a loud thump. The rustling leaves kept me awake. The buzzing bee flew away. That would be all. Thank you all. So this is, that would be all. This is not actually. Uh, we have not completed all little devices, but these. This is, basic little terms we have used here. So from this, PPT, we have learned so many, terms, so many literary terms we have used. Different sounds we have used. And if we talk about the hyperbole and the protagonist and the, simile and like allusion, and so lot of devices we have used here, and what we need to understand some examples. So phrases. So phrases, phrases are, so is a group of words that function in a sentence as a single part of a speech is called the phrases. So if we talk about kinds of phrases, means prepositional, appositive, participle, gerund, infinitive. These are some phrases. So now prepositional phrases means begins with a preposition and ends with a noun or pronoun called the object of the preposition. Examples: under the window, near them. Prepositional phrase may also have compound subject near the flowers and the trees. Uh, we have to understand prepositional phrases also, phrases, and so begins with a preposition and ends with a noun or pronoun called the object of the preposition. Examples are here. So these are prepositional phrases are here. So then after adjectives and adjective phrases, the New Mexico climate is warm, the blue-eyed, acrobat slipped and fell. The climate of New Mexico is warm. The acrobat with the blue eyes slipped and fell. A prepositional phrase that modifies a noun or a pronoun by telling what kind or which one. So, prepositional phrases as adverbs. Adverb phrase, a prepositional phrase that modify a verb, an adjective, or an adverb. Adverb phrases point out where, when, in what manner, or to what extent. So, in adverb, the bus left late, put the package there. The bus left after 2 hour delay, but the package in the closet. So, appositive in phrases, a noun or pronoun placed after another noun or pronoun to identify, rename, or explain the preceding word. Example: the poet Robert Frost is much admired. This antique car is worth thousands of dollars. And the noun or pronoun with modifiers, it is placed next to a noun or pronoun and adds information or details. Example: the painting a girl in many bright colors highlights the entrance. And appositives and positive phrases can also be compound. So then after verbals and verbal phrases means, verbals are verb forms that are used as another part of speech. Three kinds of verbs: participles, gerund, and infinitives. So, participle is a form of a verb that acts as an adjective, present participle, and past participle. A growing baby sleeps much of the day. Many people in New Mexico live in farming and communities. The conquered territory was under Spanish control. Troubled, she asked for advice. Then after participle phrases, a present or past participle that is modified by an adverb or adverb phrase, or that has complement the entire phrase, act as an adjective in a sentence. The dinner chewing rapidly called for a waiter. Chewing rapidly, the dinner called for waiter. Then after. So these are, we will use here is a form of verb that act as a noun, and the uses of zero in sentences: subject, direct object, predicate noun, object of a preposition. So remolding the building's style was a good idea, and Michelle enjoys painting. and his favorite sport is fishing, and these are the incident phrases incident with modifiers or a complement, all acting together as a noun. Gerund phrases gerund with adjectives, gerund with direct object, gerund with preposition phrase, gerund with adverb and prepositional phrase. The loud, shrill howling continued all morning using trees as lumber is an important part of the New Mexico economy. He helped the police by telling about his experience and it drive members, as own spectators by dancing skillfully on stage to now infinitive, the form of verb that comes after the verb to and act as a noun, an adjective, or an adverb. Subject to whistle is difficult for some people, and the indirect object as soon as she gets home, she hopes to write object of a preposition. The Spaniards had, no choice except to leave. A decision to listen and was a wise one. Now, infinitive used as active and adverb in New Mexico. The first radio so station to succeed was was in L tell you which kind of station the person to contact is the dean which person and this is easy to do easy in what manner ready to please and the guider and guide the guides at Carlsbad and the caverns work hard to provide enjoyable tours and ready in what manner so now infinitive phrase in infinitive with modifiers or a complement all acting together as a single part of a speech. Infinitive with adverb, infinitive with prepositional phrase, infinitive with direct object, infinitive with indirect and direct object. So it will be important to listen carefully to sky in New Mexico. You must travel high into, the mountains. In 1912, the United States legislature decided to admit New Mexico to the Union. Infinitive with indirect and direct object. So we can say that I need to give you my new telephone number. So then after so types of phrases and what are phrases? We can take we can take this slide. So you know what are phrases and first of all, and before starting this slide, we have to understand phrases and what about phrases. A phrase is a group of words that without both a subject and a predicate and without both a subject and predicate phrases combine words into a larger unit that can function as a sentence element. For example, a participle phrase can include, as adjectives, nouns, prepositions, and adverbs as a single unit. However, it functions as one big, as active and modifying a noun or noun phrase. The types of phrases, we have, we can understand types of phrases. So the verb phrase can refer to the whole predicate of a sentence. So whole sentence. So I was watching my favorite show yesterday, or just the verb or verb group was watching. So the food on the table looked delicious. A prepositional phrase which has a preposition as its head can function as an adjective, adverb, or even as a noun. So crushed to pieces by a sledgehammers, the computer no longer worked, or I think the guy sitting over three likes you. A participle phrase has a past or present and the participle as its had, and participle phrases always function as adjectives. So I love to bake cakes as a infinitive phrase is a noun phrase with an infinitive as its had, unlike the other noun phrases. However, an infinitive phrase can also function as an adjective or an adverb. I love baking cakes. A hidden phrase is just a noun phrase.